Audio Jungle. 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 Audio Jungle.
Information, they say, is key. And information, they say, is key. And do well to join us every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. live on Facebook and on YouTube. We are Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
Hello viewers, I am Ambassador Dr. Julius Oyedemi, your most astounding CEO 2023 P1 Group. The best radio to listen to is no other than Cedarwood Luxury Radio. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Michael Ahwetie. I'm the Managing Director of P1 Pro, and I want to encourage you to subscribe to Cedarwood Radio.
All right, it is 8 minutes into the hour of 10 this beautiful Monday morning. Welcome, Lagos, Nigeria, and everyone outside Nigeria and outside Lagos to another special edition of the Table Talk on Nigeria's first real estate radio. My name is David, and it is always a delight to come your way every beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. Trust you had a wonderful weekend and hope your Monday is going fine as planned. I was almost saying Friday, and for one reason or the other, I don't know why I don't know why I wanted to say Friday. But then, yes, thank God for life, for the gift of life, His grace and mercy, to see the beginning of a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week. We are Nigeria's first real estate radio, Cedarwood luxury online radio. And this is Table Talk that brings you abreast of happenings around you. We look into different stories making the rounds. We carefully select a few. We bring them to the fore. We talk about them and also grant you the opportunity to talk about them as well. You can be part of the conversation via the comment section and also via WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp numbers are right there on the screen, so do well to reach out to us. And like as always, I would love to hear from you. Let me know where you're watching me live from and where you can hear us live from. Do not also forget to like, to comment, and to share. And yes, if you are interested and would love to feature on any of our Cedarwood Luxury online radio programs, do want to reach out to us via the WhatsApp number and show your interest. And we'd love to hear from you. And of course, you'll be right here in the studio to talk to us. Okay, so if you're interested and you'd love to feature on any of the Cedarwood Luxury online radio programs, do want to reach out to us as quick as possible. Time is not on our side. We're pressed for time, and then we need to run. It's exactly 10 minutes past the hour of 10. Welcome to Table Talk for Monday. What's the date? 7th. 8th. Okay, yeah, for Monday 8th, 2024. All right. So, yeah, we begin as always with a summary of what Nigerian newspapers are talking about, and then we segue to other stories that we've selected to talk about this beautiful Monday morning. Like I said, you can be part of the conversation. Any of the stories that is of interest to you, do well to talk about it as well. Okay? Do well to talk about it and share your opinion on any of the stories that is of interest. Any of the stories that is of interest to you. Or let me say, any of the stories that were present to you this morning that is of interest to you. Yes, all right? As we begin a summary of what Nigerian newspapers are talking about, the very first one here says, President Bola Tinubu has been re-elected as the chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, about 1 year after he took over the leadership of the regional bloc. Tinubu was first elected to the position of Guinea-Bissau on July 9, 2023. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, will swear in 12 new judges of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, on Wednesday. And that is the second. A statement by the Director of Press and Information at the Supreme Court, Dr. Festus Akande, said the event will hold by 10 a.m. at the main courtroom of the Supreme Court. Number 3, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, has appealed the ruling of the Federal High Court, Abuja, which acquitted Abiodun Agbele, an aide of former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose, and 3 others in the 1.219 billion naira money laundering charge brought against them by the commission. All right, number 4, fuel scarcity is gradually surfacing in Lagos and other parts of the country as private depot owners hiked the ex-depot price of petrol from 630 naira to 720 naira per litre. This came as fuel scarcity worsened in Abuja and the adjoining states on Sunday, with some filling stations dispensing PMS at high as 900 naira per litre. Little wonder, I mean, since last week, I guess, over the weekend, I think from Thursday or Wednesday or so, I began to discover that there are quite a number of people at various bus stops trying to get vehicular movement and, bus scarcity, public bus can't be scarce these days. And in my head, I'm like, what's really going on? This one way bus this scarce. You can literally stand at the bus stop for over 30 minutes. Yes, I think from Monday last week, over 30 minutes. And I'm like, what's really going on? It is very unusual. So, for instance, I'm coming from Shogotedo axis. You hardly see bus going towards, Beggar bus stop and all that. You only see the ones going to Aja on that bridge, and Aja on that bridge to the studio's bus stop is quite a bit long. All right, and in my head I'm like, what's really going on? And then I started suspecting, is it that when I say fuel no there be, until I finally heard it in the news that some fuel stations are now have increased fuel price, hence bus scarcity, fuel scarcity, and all that. I'm like, no wonder. Bus are just these cars, and the ones who even they are available could do shakara on top. But then, number 5, a 40-year-old woman named Rafiat Sharif and her 7-year-old daughter, Sisat Sharif, were killed in a gas explosion at their home on Church Street along Ebute Road in the Ibafo area of Ogun State. It was learned that the incident, which occurred at about 8:30 p.m. on Saturday, left 2 other persons with varying degrees of injuries. But unfortunate, number 6, quickly, the Kwara State Police Command has arrested a 46-year-old ritualist while attempting to slaughter a 10-year-old boy hawking pepper in Ilori, Kwara State capital. The suspect, identified as Ishaka Adeni, was arrested on Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024, at the Okefoma area in Ilori West local government area of the state. Number 7, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has arrested a community head in Osun State, Igbe Babatunde, for alleged possession of cannabis plants. He was arrested with fresh cannabis plants weighing 5 kilograms. A corps member identified as Yusuf Abdurraham was arrested with a loud consignment which weighed 1.250 kg at a corpus lodge in Kano State. Number 8, quickly, workers in the Nigerian universities on Sunday declared a nationwide protest starting from Thursday, July 18, 2024, over their 4 months withheld salaries. The workers under the aegis of Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, and Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions said their meeting with the government officials collapsed, hence the strike. All right, number 9, a federal high court sitting in Lagos has ordered Miss Sadia Umar Farouk, former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disasters Management and Social Development, to account for payments of 729 billion naira to 24.3 million poor Nigerians for 6 months. The court also ordered her to provide the list and details of the beneficiaries who received the payments, the number of states covered, and payments per state. Of course, I'm expecting that they would forge it. There's nothing that these people cannot do. Are you there? All right, the last one here. The Kaduna State Police Command on Sunday confirmed the kidnapping of 2 journalists and their families in Kaduna Saturday night at the Donhunu community in Millennium City, Kaduna. Spokesperson of the command, Mansar Hassan, said police operatives were trying their best to secure their release. All right, that's a summary of what Nigerian newspapers are talking about this morning. And at this point, we segue into the stories that we've selected to talk about this morning. Wherever you are under the very sound of my voice, this is Nigeria's first real estate radio, Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio. My name is David, and this is Table Talk, the program where we bring you abreast of happenings around you. Of course, we look into different stories, making the rounds. We carefully select a few. We bring them to the fore. We talk about them and also give you the opportunity to talk about them as well. We'll begin with our very first story, Samoa Agreement, FG's position on daily trust. All right. Samoa Agreement, FG's position on daily trust. Okay. All right. Let's go into this very one. The federal government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has maintained an open arm relationship with the media. It is in line with the philosophy of the president as an avowed Democrat who spent a lifetime fighting for the enrichment of democracy and human rights. The administration has remained very tolerant of media criticism and will continue to do so. And of course, the administration will also continue to guarantee citizens' rights to freedom of expression and the need for them to know the workings of government. It is, however, disheartening that some elements are abusing the free environment guaranteed by the government. We are alarmed by the level of reckless reporting and statements by some media organizations and individuals that border on national security and stability. While we sometimes view and treat these occasional reports as part of media's normal work, we have now seen a pattern that is difficult to be wished away as normal journalism. The insidious and inciting publications by the daily trust newspapers this past month have come across as nothing but a deliberate effort to brush the government with a tar. On many occasions, we have restrained ourselves from believing that this was indeed the case, but the consistency of the mischievous publications by the media trust newspaper leaves us with no option than to believe so. In the aftermath of the coup in Niger Republic, I beg your pardon, Daily Trust championed a jaundiced narrative that the federal government was driving the country into war and twisted it with regional sentiments to cause disaffection amongst our people. The same newspaper gave a banner headline to a baseless accusation that the government was working on citing foreign military base in the country. Neither Daily Trust nor the originators of the imaginative allegation provided any shred of evidence to prove its points. 2 weeks ago, Daily Trust also concocted and popularized a lie that the federal government had renamed the Murtala Mohammed Expressway in Abuja to Wole Soyinka Way. In all those instances, all that the paper depended on were falsehood and heresies. They also showed no remorse or the humility to recant their story. We, however, did not envisage the Daily Trust and people behind it could descend to the reckless level of attempting to set the country on fire by falsely accusing the government of signing a deal to promote LGBTQ. We found that despicable and wicked because the allegation is nowhere in the document signed on behalf of the federal government. Surprisingly, the paper put forward no evidence nor provided the agreement allegedly signed to prove their point. The baseless and sensational story unfortunately formed a basis of sermons by some of our respected imams who were misled by the story, thereby rising tempers around the country. On the part of the government, we continue on the honorable part of civility by restraining ourselves from taking self-help or draconian measures, as we have seen in the country in the past. While the past governments have attempted or indeed have clamped down on the media for infractions much lower than this, we have decided, however, towing the path of civility and the rule of law. This country is governed by the laws and is a democratic nation, and the government is desirous of keeping it so. So yeah, it's quite a lengthy one. I would encourage you pick the Daily Trust. So yeah, just to bring you abreast of this very, very what's the word now I want to use? Okay, so yeah, Daily Trust went viral on Twitter because of a particular headline news they posted concerning the Nigerian federal government. Concerning Nigerian federal government signing a deal with Samoa that would legalize LGBTQ community. All right, and it got everyone talking on social media. The agreement, the said agreement was analyzed by various, social media blogs and all that, and then federal government coming out to, begin to recount on several other false stories that Daily Trust have posted, and also trying to counter the fact that yes, this recent one from Daily Trust is also false, because there was no evidence that indeed the federal government has signed a deal with Samoa, that would give I wanted to use one word in my head, that would give opportunity for LGBTQ community to strive in the country. So yeah, federal government has come out to say Daily Post. People have been accusing us over and over again of different accusations. You have brought up different accusations against us. We are not surprised. One day, they didn't say one day, don't mind me. So yes, the federal government has come out to clear the air and express their high level of disappointment. But then, irrespective, our eyes is on that very, very deal. Our eyes is on that very, very conversation. Our eyes is on that very, very. So if Daily Trust, if Daily Post has, come out to publish a headline that the federal government has signed a deal that would legalize LGBTQ community in Nigeria, and the federal government is coming to say it's not so, it's false, it's this, it's that. Time will only review, all right? Time doesn't change anything. Time will only review. All right, let's move on. And of course, I'd love to hear from you. What's your opinion on this very one? Alleged organ harvesting. Enugu police caution ladies against moving with unknown male partners. A few paragraph on this very story, and then we'll move on. All right. So the Enugu State's command has advised young ladies to be very, very, very conscious. All right. The command has advised young ladies to be wary of going out with unknown male partners. Daily Post reports that the warning came amid a trending video where two young ladies were said to have been rescued from a hotel room after a failed attempt to harvest their organs. However, in a statement made available to journalists on Sunday by the police public relations officer, Enugu State Command DSP Daniel Ndukwe, he said the ladies operating as commercial sex workers, were robbed by their supposed male customers who tied them in the room with rope. According to the statement, the Enugu State Police Command has intercepted a viral video showing two ladies alleged to have been rescued from a hotel room in Enugu where they were tied up in an attempt to harvest their organs by two young men. The command therefore wishes to state that contrary to the misleading narrative on the incident, preliminary investigation revealed a case of demanding money with The menace and fraud, and not murder or human organs or parts harvesting as being peddled. Further revealed is that the ladies operating as commercial sex workers made out with the young men on July 3rd, 2024 in a hotel, names we heard, along Agbeni Road, Enugu. They had another appointment the following day and met the suspects in the hotel where the incident occurred. At the hotel, the suspects beat and tied up the girls in the hotel's room toilet after menacingly damaging and obtaining their phones and account details, including their personal identification number pins. They found their way out of the hotel before the victims were rescued, as seen in the video. They further fraudulently withdrew a cumulative sum of 120,000 naira from the victims' accounts. Ndukwe added that a bag containing 2 kitchen knives and sportswear the suspects left behind has been recovered, while an intelligence-guided investigation to fish out and bring the fleeing suspect to book is ongoing. Subsequently, owners and managers of hotels have been advised to exercise the highest standards of security alertness and ensure that lodgers are properly screened and their verifiable details obtained before being accommodated. Moreover, young ladies have been cautioned against going out with unknown persons, particularly males, under any disguise to avoid falling prey to similar criminals and their activities. A word is a word for a wise. A word is enough for a wise or for the wise. Okay. So yeah, comedians have actually made joke out of situations like this, that you just stand by the roadside and you go with somebody you don't know at the middle of the night and all that. So amazing, yeah? It's so amazing. All right, let's move on to this very one. And this time around, it's about Biafra. You lack legitimacy. Okay. You lack legitimacy to negotiate for Nnamdi Kanu's release. BRG, i.e., to Southeast governors. Okay, so yeah, the Nnamdi Kanu's case has been ongoing for a while now, and quite a number of people have a lot of things to say why he should not be detained, why he should be detained. Court has ordered his release. Federal government is holding him back. If he's released, it's going to cause chaos. If he's not released, it's not good. Different things. And my question is, why is he still in detention? Is it rather than just keep him there, he should be charged for whatever it is that he's charged and sentenced for whatever it is. You're not charging him, you're not sentencing him, you're just detaining him. Now somebody's coming to say you lack legitimacy to negotiate for Nnamdi. Why should there be negotiation at the first place? Why negotiation at the first place? Why should his release be negotiated? If he has been arrested, if he has been suspected, arrested, investigated, taken to court, judged, it's either he's been released on whatsoever condition or sentenced for whatsoever it is that he has been charged for. If found guilty. So why detain him? All right. So we'll take a few paragraphs on this very one, and then we'll move on. Now it says here, the Simon Ekpa-led Biafran Republic, Nigeria, in exile, BRGIE has told, now I don't know what that pronunciation is, so I just had to spell it out. BRGIE, I believe it's an abbreviation, okay? Has told Southeast governors and other leaders in the region to stay clear of negotiating for Biafra declaration and the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu with Nigeria. Ekpa, who is known as the Prime Minister of BRGIE, disclosed this in a statement on Sunday through his official X handle. This comes as Southeast governors, lawmakers, and other groups from the region and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in 2023 election, Mr. Peter Obi, recently drummed support for the release of Kanu as a pinnacle for peace in the region. However, BRGIE, headed by EKPA, EKPA. So EKPA has warned the governors. Why one has warned the governors and the leaders against such negotiations, claiming that they lacked legitimacy. According to him, it was only BRGIE that had the legitimate right to call for the release of Kalu and Biafra. Biafra declaration. He noted that those parading in the name of negotiating for Nnamdi Kalu's release were sabotaging Biafra liberation. Those selfish politicians and traditional rulers who are now jumping up and down, shouting negotiation with Nigeria after sabotaging in Biafra liberation were warned never to speak again. Okay, the warning will not come again. None of you have the mandate to speak for Mazen Nnamdi Kalu or Biafra. We will not allow anyone to negotiate anything from tonight, Sunday. The Biafra Republic government in exile remains the only legitimate entity to do that. Okay, that is the BRGIE, the Biafra Republic government in exile. Okay, now I get it. So, the Biafra Republic government in exile has come to say, Southeast governors, you don't have the legitimacy to negotiate the release of Nnamdi Kalu because just like what I read, some of them were involved in, the part of those that sabotaged the Biafra liberation. Are you there? Now you understand it. Well understood. All right. So, but then if the Southeast governors and every other persons that wants to negotiate the release of Nnamdi Kalu don't have the legitimacy, you that have the legitimacy to do that, please do please do the needful as quick as possible. All right, let's move on quickly. I just hope we'll be able to cover up the stories that we have this morning. Okay, but wherever we are able to stop, I believe we would. Okay. All right, this one says NOA raises fresh alarm over fake news, hate speech in Nigeria. The National Orientation Agency, NOA, has again identified spread of fake news and hate speech as major threats to peace and progress in the country. The agency, which lamented that many consumers of news in the country did not verify them before accepting or disseminating them, said such ugly trends could spark rancor in the grassroots and the society at large. The State Director, Abia State Directorate of NOA, Mrs. Regina Iroha, said this when she led her management team on a courtesy visit to the palace of the traditional ruler of Ovuku Abam Autonomous Community in Arochukwu, LGA, is Sunday Kalu. Now, you see, when it comes to fake news and hate speech, it is very important. It has been said on several platforms. Please, before you disseminate before you start reposting and all that, ensure that you verify. Please verify so that you don't end up spreading fake news. All right. So this very one here says it's an interview. I will encourage everyone to pick up the Daily Post and read up on this very interview. I'm just going to read out the headline and I'll move on. It is something that concerns everyone. It says, cholera. Many people don't know they have been infected. Scientists who may cholera. Many people don't know they have been infected. Scientists who may. Okay, let me see if I can just read a paragraph. Following the recent outbreak of cholera in Nigeria and upsurge of its confirmed cases and fatalities in many states of the Federation, the pharmacist Ume Camillus Chibueze, MD CEO of Camillus Pharmaceuticals, says most people are unaware they have been infected. He adds that the government is not doing enough to stem the tide. In this interview with Daily Post, he x-rays the dangers of the epidemic, causes, symptoms, mode of transmission, and the preventive measures to curb its spread. Please pick the Daily Post, read up on. It's quite lengthy, and because of our time, we might not be able to take all the, we might not be able to go deep into it. So I would encourage you to, it talks about several questions. Several questions were asked. Let me see. It says the very first question is, what is the cholera epidemic all about? Is cholera currently driven by climate change? What are the root causes of cholera? What are the common symptoms of cholera? How long does cholera symptom take to manifest? How can someone take care of a cholera patient without being infected? What are the preventive measures of cholera disease? Those questions were asked, and a well-explained, a detailed answer was given. So please do well to pick up the Daily Post and educate yourself. My duty is to bring you, bring to your notice and make you become aware, and then, encourage you to, take further steps in getting more information. I'll take this very last one here from Daily Post. Yes, the Nigerian system programmed workers to steal. You see, remember last Monday we talked about we talked about something related to this headline when I had my very guest. She was unable to join me this morning because of a busy schedule for this morning. I really would have, loved, but hopefully would have her again. Yeah, so she made mention of the fact that the system allows, there is somebody that is allowing workers to steal. There is somebody in the system that has allowed ghost workers to strive, prevail, and succeed in the system. So Nigerian system programmed workers to steal. Anglican Bishop Egbe is speaking. And which is very true, very, very true. Remember the other time we had somebody who relocated to the UK for about 5 years or so and still receiving salary from Nigeria. Who was a civil service relocated to the UK and still on that salary. So there is somebody pressing the button there. If there is nobody at the back end, then we won't be talking about this. We won't be having this. This will not even be a conversation. So the system is programmed, the system is programmed in such a way that workers have the ability to steal. Not be today we don't hear ghost workers. Ghost worker matter don't they on even since Obasanjo period. Because the system has given that opportunity for such to prevail. All right, let's take this very one. UK election justifies Peter Obi as leader of black race. The Labour Party LP candidate for Abakaliki is the federal constituency in the 2023 general elections. Eze Emmanuel Eze has named the party's presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, the leader of the black race following the LP's victory in the United Kingdom UK election. Recently, Eze noticed that Obi made a pronouncement before the election day during the UK electorate to vote for the Labour Party and gave the party a landslide victory in the country. He stated this during the LP expanded statewide stakeholders briefing at City Hub Event Center in Abakaliki at the weekend. Now, so yeah, this is it. So, a party in the UK won an election, and the name of that party is Labour Party. And now, before, according to what I've read now, according to what I just read, Obi made a pronouncement before the election day directing the UK electorate, all right, to vote for Labour Party as a candidate in Labour Party here in Nigeria. It's just like you having a namesake. So my name is David, all right, and there is somebody in the UK that is bearing David going for election. And I'm telling UK people, please vote for that David in the UK. Now, David won the election. And, LP chieftain Eze has come out to say, you see, the winning of that election is a sign. It's a prophetic sign that Peter Obi is the leader of the black race. I saw a post on President Bola Tinubu's Twitter handle congratulating the Labour Party. And in my mind, I'm like, okay. You already know what I was thinking. Are you pondering what I'm pondering? All right. So let's just catch fun. Let's just All right, quickly, let's move to The Guardian. All the stories that I have read so far are from the Daily Post. The very first one was from Daily Trust and then Daily Post. And this time around, The Guardian. Now, it says here that states may sack 600,000 employees to implement minimum wage. And we have also from The Guardian, ECOWAS, Tinubu begins new mandates, taxed to return breakaway states. Petrol scarcity lingers in Abuja, queues resurfaces in states. Obi asks political leaders to learn from Kenya's experience. Now, LSC insists in 250,000 vows to reject FG's 62,000 minimum wage. All right. SANU began nationwide protest Tuesday. The non-academic staff union, I think I've talked about that earlier. Now, the very story from The Guardian that I want to talk about is this very one. Just read out a few other headlines right in front of me. The Guardian newspaper. All right. So Lagos to reintroduce monthly environmental sanitation after 8 years. And my question is, what make them stop that very exercise 8 years ago? Is there a justifiable reason why the monthly environmental exercise? Is there a justifiable reason why that exercise was stopped 8 years ago? Now we are reintroducing it. It's just a sign of confusion that some of these guys in political positions don't know what they are doing. They don't know what to do. After 8 years, Lagos state government cancelled the monthly environmental sanitation. The state government has concluded arrangements to reintroduce the monthly exercise, which many watchers believe may be connected to the surge of cholera cases in the state. It was, however, not clear whether the reintroduced environmental sanitation, which would be symbolically launched on Saturday, July 13th at Lagos Island, according to a state government document signed by The Guardian, would take the format of the cancelled monthly sanitation. On November 23, 2016, the state government announced it was doing away with the monthly environmental sanitation following the defeat it suffered from a legal battle over the restriction of movement during the monthly sanitation. But in announcement, the cancellation then, but in announcing the cancellation then, the Lagos State government said the decision to cancel the exercise followed a resolution arrived at its executive council meeting, which approved the need for a robust review of the environmental laws and procedures in the state in order to meet the present day challenges and to promote a clean and healthy environment. Well, it is not a bad idea if we introduce the monthly environmental sanitation exercise, and the fact that restriction of if you are saying restriction of movement, human rights, blah 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 blah, I have the rights to move, rah, rah, rah. No problem. No. If we cannot, if as humans we cannot sit down and reason and use our brain and use our sense, how many hours? Now we have cholera outbreak and every other outbreaks that we outbreak later on. Monthly, once in a month, every Saturday, I think it's usually every last Saturday of the month. What kind of movement do you want to make that will be so important that last Saturday of the month out of all the Saturdays of the month? Stay back for just 4 hours. I think 7 a.m. to 10. It used to be 7 a.m. to 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 hours. What kind of movement do you want to make that cannot be rearranged or rescheduled? Just, in fact, rearranged. What kind of movement that will be so important, except for the fact that it is an emergency or something when it comes to health issues and all that? What kind of movement do we want to make once in a month? Let's come together and use our head and move the thing sometimes. All right, this very one, I was really surprised when I saw the very story, because it has to do with something or a brand that I love so much. So it says here from the Punch, moving on from Guardian to the Punch, Samsung workers begin 3-day strike over pay. If you know, you know. Workers at South Korean tech giant Samsung began a 3-day general strike over pay and benefits on Monday. The head of a union representing tens of thousands of employees told AFP, warning the action could impact memory chip production. Samsung Electronics are the world's largest memory chip maker and accounts for a significant chunk of the global output of high-end chips, wearing rain jackets and ribbons saying "Fight with Solidarity." Thousands of workers gathered outside the company's foundry and semi-corridor factory in Hyeoseong. So they gathered somewhere. Let me not just destroy the pronunciation of that very word. An hour south of Seoul. Samsung management has been locked in negotiations with the union since January, with two sides failing to narrow differences on benefits and a rejected 5.1% pay rise offer from the firm. The strike has started from today. Son Wo-mok, head of the National Samsung Electronics Union, told AFP, "Today's general strike is just the beginning," he added. Recalling why we are here, please do not come to work until July 10th and do not receive any business calls, he told the crowd of workers. All right, so some workers in Korea, Yes, okay, yes. South Korea, 3-day strike starting today. Samsung workers begin 3-day strike over pay starting today. Samsung workers begin 3-day strike. All right. We take our very last from the Punch this morning. Okay. All right, so yeah, truck accident kills female biker in Lagos. Only is ready to prove itself, win titles after Bayern transfer. Enugu police clarify viral video of alleged organ harvesting. U.S. soldiers leave Niger base following military junta's demand. Pro-Fubara Wiki lawmakers hold parallel sittings today. Non-central tubes as police records 1,702 murder cases. FG probes fuel smuggling, cut supply to border towns. Flooding, FG activates state emergency centers. Governor's order evacuation. Mother, daughter die in gas explosion, 2 hospitalized. And the very story I want to take has to do with varsities boil again as FG ASU meets workers protest Tuesday. Okay. The Academic Staff Union of University said it will be meeting with the federal government on July 25th, 2024 over its unmet demands. This was a non-academic staff of universities declared on Sunday that they were set for a one-day protest on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, on campuses over their withheld 4-month salaries. What's going on? The one-day protest would be a prelude, to a nationwide protest planned for July 18. The national president of ASU, Professor Emmanuel Osedeke, disclosed this in a phone interview with our correspondent on Sunday. Osedeke said July 25 was the implementation date in the timeline agreed to with the federal government. So July 25th, they are planning a one-day protest. ASU is back in the news. And this is the point where we'll call it a day on the Table Talk show on Nigeria's first real estate radio. Trust you had a wonderful time, as I did. Thank you all, and God bless. We'll see you again at 1 p.m. as we bring you abreast of recent happenings in the real estate market. And that is why it's called the real estate market trend. God bless you.
Looking for a studio to run online radio shows, podcast series, record jingles? The Cedarwood Luxury Studio is highly equipped and available to give you the very best of studio experience.
Shana Hello, wonderful smart investors. I am here again at Lush City by Cedarwood, here in the city of Aba, just 5 minutes off the popular Osisioma flyover. You can be this. Let me shock you now. This particular estate is just behind the Abia Polytechnic permanent site. If you are a wise investor, you will secure many plots here in Lush City because of the reason that when this school kicks off, students will look for a place to reside and lecturers will also look for apartments to stay. So this estate is also directly opposite Arab Construction Company at this Aba Owerri Express Road. You can be this. From here to Osisioma flyover is less than 5 minutes. So guys, what are you waiting for? This estate is closed for just 4.5 million naira. This is a promo price, but I bet you'll be wowed because in a few weeks we are going to take this estate back to its main price, which is 6 million naira. Why not get a plot right now that is 4.5 million naira? As you can see, this is a wonderful, magnificent estate gatehouse. The property has been fenced right round already. It's 100% table dry land, and this buy and build. So as a wise investor, I will advise you rush and grab a plot right here at Lush City by Cedarwood immediately. Do you know why? Because the school is actually going to kick off very, very soon, and students are looking for places to reside. As a wise investor, secure a plot now that is still on promo. Just 4.5 million naira. A plot of 464 square meter is yours. The estate is already fenced, and this is a gatehouse, and it has been plot demarcated. We give instant allocation immediately after your payment. So guys, so what are you waiting for? Hit me now. Let's close this deal.